In the last couple of months, we have seen that some of our 50+ clients have developed a shoulder issue. In one instance, the injury has progressed so far that after checking it with a physician, she came back with the diagnosis of a torn rotator cuff muscle. In this video, I want to show you the exercises that we are doing with this one particular client who has a severe injury in order to strengthen the rotator cuff and to strengthen the full body. Because what many people do in that regard is completely wrong. They stop training altogether. You need to understand what's going on. You need to have clarity with the issue that you're having with your rotator cuff or shoulder related injury. And then you have to train around it and adjust your training protocol. If you stop working out altogether, you decide that one minor issue is enough to throw your whole body to the wolves. And what I'm trying to say with this is, if you're getting older and you stop training, your decline is going to come faster than a roller coaster. And the exercises in this video are not a prescription, but they're supposed to inspire you to see that you can still train hard even if you have an injury. And if you're over 40 and you want to become strong, fit, and lean without going to the gym twice as fast, then download my free ebook in the first link in the description. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe hier. With this one client, her injury took her by surprise. Even though she felt that something's not right, the pain came all of a sudden. And when it came with full force. Thankfully, she was still enrolled into a program. And then I advised her to talk to a doctor, which she did, and she came back with the result that her rotator cuff is torn. She was about to see a specialist in a couple of weeks, and I decided to do a couple of exercises with her permission to see if there are any issues. One particular exercise caused massive pain and triggered it automatically. And this showed me that it seems to be an issue with the rotator cuff, especially with the supraspinatus and with the ligament that's attached to it. This was also confirmed by her physician afterwards. We decided to opt in for exercises that do not cause any issues. For the right side, we had to prohibit pressing and snatching because this was the injury side. But the other side was healthy. So what we decided with kettlebell training, because this particular training modality lent itself well to this approach, was to use unilateral training. So even though her right side wasn't able to press and snatch, the left side was. And I knew that if you have an injury with one side, you can still train the other and get this so-called cross-education effect, where even if you train one side, the other side experience some strengthening effects as well. So after finding out what exercises do not work, we finally came up with a plan. And we followed that plan until she visited her specialist. And after she came back from the specialist, she actually had similar recommendations that I gave her. The specialist was also surprised, and he was happy that she was working with a coach who understood the assignment, who understood the issue, and understood that it's important to strengthen the relevant tissues. The specialist also mentioned that there's inflammation going on. We have to make sure that we don't trigger this particular issue on a continuous basis, because this might make the situation worse. We're going to limit internal rotation with the right side and overhead movements, unless it's particular overhead movements that do not hurt. Just because you read on the internet or you watch in a video that certain exercises are prohibited, you have to try it out and see if they cause issues. You have to listen to your body first, and that's exactly what we did. We tried, we tested, we experimented, and her body gave us a reaction. And based on that reaction, we came up with a plan. And this is the plan that I want to show you right now. And I'm going to use her with her permission as a model, because I want you to see that she's actually moving heavy weights with a shoulder injury. And when you are a little bit older, you have to use a proper dosage, a proper stimulus for your body to adapt. If you use a stimulus that's not really noteworthy for your body, nothing is happening. And that's the big problem that I have. And this is why I believe many people go to the physiotherapist, spend a lot of time there, but they don't get better. And The premise that I built my training on and my coaching on is the premise from Dr. Władysław Krajewski. He says that strength is the natural companion of health. And if we don't use a proper exercise with proper loading to get some progressive overload for the body to get stronger or the relevant tissues to become stronger, we are wasting our time. And then people don't get better. Well, they might come in and do some manual therapy and get the sessions done, but there are no improvements. And I belong in that category that says, if we want to improve, we have to stress the body in a good way. So here are the exercises that we do with our client who has severe issues with the shoulder. She's not only enjoying the workout, but it seems like she's also getting better. So one of the trigger exercises that we did was internally rotating the arms, keeping them close to the body, and then lifting them up as high as possible and coming back down. And especially the coming back down, dropping the arms back to the body, this was causing major pain. And we tried different variations where we externally rotated the arms or we kept them neutral. And the issue was always the same. Coming back down gave her some issues, but with the internal rotation, this was causing maximum pain. And by the way, if you want to watch the fully unedited workout, you can click the link right here. It's in Swiss German, however, so you gotta have some language skills to understand it. So now we get started with the warm-up. This is a particular set of exercises that we do to mobilize the joints, the body, get ready for training. And even in this regard, with this exercise where we want to stretch the back and lift the arms overhead, I do every type of movement with our client, even if they have an injury or if they experience some pain, and I want to see if the body's able or capable to do the exercise. And if that's the case, we do it. If there's no pain, listen to your body, just like I said in the beginning. And this is one of the last exercises, the knees over toes exercise, where we mobilize the ankles, the knees to get ready for some heavy lifting. Now, this is part one of the workout. This is an overhead squat. The reason why I included it is I wanted the upper body as well as the lower body to work with each other. And this is one of the best exercises that you can do to actually demonstrate how well they're able to communicate. And bringing the arms overhead with a stick, again, this triggers the upper body. The upper body has to do some work, but it's not as heavy to trigger her shoulder injury. And with the reverse lunge, this was exercise number 2, which I've also used to get her body ready for the weights. And now we get started with a suitcase deadlift. The reason why I did it is because I know if we internally rotate the arms, she experiences pain, but if she keeps them outside, we get a good work. We get good work done for the legs as well as for the arms. And now the hand-to-hand swing is one of the staple exercises that we do. We just recently learned the pendulum swing. She's doing a great job with the 14 kg. And now this is her healthy side with a clean and press, 14 kilograms. That's heavy for a woman. And she's over 50, by the way. And she's doing a great job. Mind you, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for good lifts, and that's exactly what she's doing. And she has to struggle a little bit, but I want the left side to do as much work as possible so that we can get that cross-education effect. And then with the right side, the injured side, we're doing heavy cleans. That's a 14 kg clean, and she's experiencing no issues. So I want these tissues, I want the muscles to be strengthened even though parts of it are injured. That doesn't mean that we cannot move it. And now here we come with the goblet squat. Again, one of the best exercises that you can do with a kettlebell, with a 14 kg. She's expressing great demonstration of skill, and she's already advanced. And then the final exercise of that round is a farmer's walk. Again, I get great work done for the arms, the shoulders. That's exactly what I want. I want these muscles to stabilize and to strengthen. And she's lifting 228, so that's 56 kilograms. That's heavy stuff, and she's doing a great job. And just in case if you're wondering what kind of kettlebell I'm using, it's the Pro Kettlebell by my friend Nikolai Puchlov, proudly made in the USA. There's 5 things that I love about the Pro Kettlebell. Number 1, the contoured arm pockets that fit well on the clean as well as with the snatch. This means beginners will feel right at home, and professionals can get rid of their calluses on their forearms. The second thing I love is the high quality texture finish on the handle, which doesn't turn your hands into hamburger meat when you do lots of swings and ballistics in general. And this also means that you don't have to use a lot of chalk. Number 3 is the ergonomics. The Pro Kettlebell is a little bit smaller than the standard competition kettlebells, which means the weight sits closer to your center of mass. You feel it in the rack position, and you get that immediate super flow feeling when you engage into the ballistics. Number 4 is the wide hollow core base, which makes it a safe option if you do kettlebell exercises on the floor, such as a handle push-up. Number 5 is the second grip because of the wide hollow core base, which lets you do curls and presses and exercises that you can't do with other kettlebells. There are even more benefits, such as a safe option of a magnetic weight chip that you can add inside the hollow core base of your kettlebell and make it heavier. Check the link in the description to get your pro kettlebell right now. And don't forget to use our code Lebe to get 10% off your next purchase. And mind you, even if the body starts to slouch a little bit, your body will always look for a very efficient position if you do this exercise a little bit longer. And now here comes round number 2. 64 kilogram suitcase deadlift. See, that's heavy. That's really heavy, and she's doing a great job making sure that the kettlebell does not come towards the body, but she wants to keep it a little bit outside her body so that the kettlebells do not drop on the feet, which is also a great, if you're doing it very controlled, a great exercise for the shoulder. Here we go with the hand-to-hand swing. We upgraded the weight. It's 20 reps. With the 16 kg, again, she's demonstrating proper skill with a great pendulum swing that you just recently learned. She's quick. She knows how to do the exercises. She understands how to do them. That's powerful. And here we go. 16 kilogram. That's a 16 kg, and she's doing a cleaner press with her healthy side. And yes, she struggles a bit. Yes, it's a little bit of a challenge, but she's advanced. And she likes to move these heavy weights. She told me she wants to lift an 18 kg the next time. And we did 6 reps or 8 reps, I think. It was 6, I can't remember. And then we have, again, cleans for the injured side. No issues, no pain, no nothing. Super solid work. And of course, here comes the goblet squat back. Again, the arms have to do some work. The back has to do some work. The leg has to do some work. The goblet squat is such a powerful exercise. And I always believe almost in every exercise, you have to include a squat. And look at this. Farmer's walk. She was doing 100 meters with 232. So that's 64 kilograms. That's heavy stuff. And she is strong. And I always motivate her. I told her, let's go. And I love to work with clients like this who want to perform, who want to go all in, and who demonstrate proper skill and strength. This is solid. And then was the last part of the workout. We were doing suitcase farmer's walks. And that's tough stuff, because if you only have one kettlebell, and again, it's a 32 kg kettlebell, then the other side wants to pull you down. You have to stay upright, a powerful exercise. And we finished with one of my favorite finishers, the prowler. I think we had 160 kilograms on the prowler. See, heavy and serious weight. We're not joking. And she is strong. She's going balls to the walls. And of course, it's always monitored, as you can see. No pain, no nothing. Super solid work. And the prowler is such a powerful, underrated exercise. It's so simple, yet it delivers so many benefits. And then finally, we went into a cool down where we just stretched just a little bit the anterior side as well as the posterior side, and taking the pressure off the spine with certain exercises that we do, especially when we lift heavy. And this is also for the mind to be like, well, I can't wait to do these exercises because they feel awesome. And that was super solid work. And it was so solid that she spilled the drink. So she was shaking a little bit. I thought that was funny that we got this on camera. So yeah, as you can see, I got to do some cleaning. And this is it. Super solid work. You can train if it's monitored. If you're working with a coach who knows who knows your situation, who can treat you well, and who knows that some serious weight that you can still handle but that challenges you is the way to go, so you can strengthen the areas that are injured or that have an issue, then that's the way to go. So here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells, and if you made it this far, download my free ebook in the first link in the description called the Kettlebell Code. If you're over 40, 50, or 60, you don't have a lot of time, but you still want to take care of your fitness, this is where the kettlebell comes in. And I can help you with a shortcut. It's a 16-page ebook, 100% free, where I show you how to get started with kettlebell. So download it right now. You'll find it in the first link in the description.